Welcome to ORPtv. I'm Craig Stegner, and we're coming to you from Nixon, Missouri, from the Rad Auto Lift studio. It is Sunday, June 23rd. It's lightened up finally now. We had some big rains earlier, which really affected some of the racing. Rain moved through yesterday, forcing cancellations of a couple of different tracks. I know that Mocan rained out. I saw, I believe, another track, maybe Centerville or Bonneville or Bonneterre 1 had rained out also. There was chances of rain yesterday, and then what ended up happening was a beautiful day, or at least where we were, which was Wheatland, Missouri, for the Lucas Oil Off-Road Series at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. We went up for the off-road series. It was a special event day, so it started off with the off-road series. You pay to get in, and then when it ended, the whole crowd just single filed, pretty much just moseyed on over to the other track. It was the first time I had ever been there, and it was a really neat experience. You had the off-road track, a big, nice track. It was a lot of fun. And then just across the way, maybe 150 yards away, was the dirt track for the circle. So it was a really neat experience to go there and see this whole facility of the boat drag area, the go-karts for the kids, the off-road track, and then the circle track. The only things we didn't see, we didn't go check out the paved track or the motocross track that are both there. As far as the racing went, it's a really neat place to go to. A lot of the scenes, it's real reminiscent of the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. If you're a Springfield or Ozark native and haven't been there, part of the stands are covered, part of it's open. Then there's some grass area where you can sit. Your kids can kind of run, almost like a Springfield Cardinals game, where you have some grassy knoll kind of area. It was $30 a person to get in. So, I mean, it seemed high, but considering you got 2 full race days, $15 a person per event, it was a heck of a good time. Don't anticipate when you leave the track there being a whole lot to do on the way out of Wheatland. There was a gas station or two open and a couple little things, probably better than it was years ago. But I wouldn't hold off on eating and that kind of thing and think, well, we'll just get something to eat when we leave here. You probably want to eat there at the track. Good food, great time. Most importantly there was that for us, that we got to meet some of the racers. Even saw kids walking through the pits with debris, parts of the trucks. These trucks are so, it's not quite fiberglass, it's not plexiglass, it's almost a rubbery resin, so the parts just go flying off. And we saw kids carrying whole fender sections, and Mary was saying, "Oh, please don't let my husband see that. We're going to end up going home with a front end off of something." I even saw one kid with a tire going out through the pits, and it just was really awesome. So all the people were really accessible. We got to meet Kyle LeDuc, who won the Pro 4 class. That's the four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive version of that class. He's also in the new movie Dirt, which is available for digital download, and you can purchase it, I believe, at Walmart, and you can buy it, of course, at Lucas Oil. It was shot there. Has Kevin Dillon. Seems like a pretty neat movie. It's gotten really good. I think I saw on Rotten Tomatoes at 85% audience approval, which is really high. So it's a pretty good movie. We also got to meet one of the actresses from the movie, the co-star, Christina Moore, who was incredibly gracious with her time and accommodating. We got to talk to her. But we met Kyle LeDuc, who's in the movie. He won yesterday. Unbelievably nice. Everybody we met was nice, but then there was a couple of them that were so exceptionally friendly that it really stood out. Kyle was one of those. We met a very quiet young man that's a racer named Doug Mittag that's out of California, has family in Excelsior Springs. He's a big-time racer. He's racing the Pro 4. I think he finished third yesterday. The Pro 2 class is where Brian Deegan, one of the originators of the Metal Militia, an X Games legend, he runs the Pro 2. Got to meet him, super nice. But the highlight for me of the day was I got to meet Jeremy McGrath. Runs the Pro 2 class. He's the defending champion of the Lucas Oil Off-Road Series two-wheel championship. The king of Supercross. 7 Supercross titles, 1 outdoor motocross title, the most all-time Supercross wins. The guy is on the Mount Rushmore of Supercross, and he was so friendly. It was surprising how nice he was. If you ever get a chance to meet him, I've heard it said before, you don't want to meet your heroes because you might get let down. Well, this was not one of those times. It actually exceeded my expectations. He couldn't have been nicer. So, a great time at Lucas Oil Speedway yesterday, getting to meet the drivers and just seeing the facility as a whole. A special thanks to Lyndall Scranton, who is the media director there. I hope I got his title right. He puts out all the press releases. If you've read a newspaper reader, you know him from over the years. He's been the go-to guy for press about racing for the last 30 years probably. So thank you to Lyndall for inviting us into the media suite and hanging out for a few minutes. The motocross scene yesterday, the AMA Outdoor Lucas Oil, we're really Lucas Oil heavy today. The Lucas Oil Outdoor Motocross in Tennessee yesterday, Tennessee Nationals. Eli Tomac and Justin Barcia. I gotta admit, I don't know who won yesterday. I'm really confused. I saw 2 different results. One showed that, they both showed that Eli had a first and a third. Barcia had 2 seconds. Now, everything I've ever known about 2 moto races is that when you have the same number of points, first and third and a second, both puts them at 4, the tie goes to the higher finisher in the second moto. I saw one result that had Barcia as the winner and another one that had Tomac as the winner. So, to be honest, I don't know who won. But I do know that Benny Bloss continued to perform well from St. Louis, Oak Grove, Missouri, with a 9th place finish, another top 10. Great. The 250 class was kind of odd yesterday. We had Shane McElrath wins. Not a rider I knew. Aaron Plessinger, who has been the top dog of this class, finished 7th. And Austin Faulkner, who was 2nd last week, finished 8th. Not real sure what happened in the 250 class. I look forward to catching that on replay on hopefully on MAV TV or one of the or CBS Sports, one of the channels that shows that, because it certainly was an unexpected result. NASCAR is going on today. The Sonoma, I believe that is the what else is on 250 or whatever that's called. With the stands is almost with as many empty seats as there are at a NASCAR race. Why they continue to go to a road course is beyond me. I don't know anyone who enjoys a road course race. My people that are hardcore NASCAR fans just go, ugh. It's like eating your green beans. It's just, okay. So, that being said, Martin Truex has been hotter than a $2 pistol lately. He wins. Kevin Harvick finishes 2nd. Clint Bowyer The guy wasn't even racing, I don't believe, at the start of the year. He finishes third. Chase Elliott finishes fourth. Kyle and Kurt round out the top 6. Jimmy Johnson even finished the top 12. So, but other than that, the road courses are not a who's who, it's a who's that. You look down through there and you see some names that you've never seen before, and I think that those are guys that are what used to be called a hired gun that come in and drive the cars, and some road course guys, and that's that for NASCAR. The local race scene, like I said, we had a couple of rainouts. Ozark Raceway Park raced yesterday. Monette legit had a lot of racing going on. Dakota Gerard, I believe his name, continues to really perform well. That guy is and Ryan Middaugh, both had a couple of wins, I believe, in their feature and their dash. I didn't write that down here, so I'm going off memory. Both are killing it at their respective tracks. All those results are up on ORPtv right now. We hope that you'll keep spreading the word. We're getting, everywhere we go, we're getting more and more good feedback, positive feedback about the schedule that we post at the top of the page with the races that are coming up, and then also the results as they come in and posting them. Again, we're not trying to compete with anybody's page, so if you're a track owner or track personnel, we're not competing with you. We're trying to help. We're just trying to consolidate all that information to one place and share your fans to other tracks and other track fans to your page. It's for the bigger, better, greater good of the racing community. So we hope you'll continue to work with us. We love coming out to the new tracks, and keep sharing that, because everybody that we talk to that gets turned on to ORPtv has a lot of good things to say about what we're doing here, and it really makes us happy. We do have new merchandise out, so keep an eye out for that. We've got new specially designed KTM orange ORPtv shirts. We've got the new Razorback tank tops, not just a traditional tank top, but the Razorbacks that are cut in really narrow for the girls, and some new colors, white with pink, and a different kind of blue with pink. So the girls, we hear a lot of times that the women especially go over to the merchandise booths and saying, please tell me you have something other than a black t-shirt, which like I'm wearing today, but when it's hot outside, they want something different. So check that out. We've got those. If you want a shirt, get a hold of us, and we'll see if we can't hook you up. We've got new decals, all kinds of new stuff. So we want to thank our sponsors. Of course, Rad Auto List for the studio, Schaefer Motors in Lebanon, Sigs and Swigs in Nixa, Missouri, D&D Concrete, Quality Truck Sales and Quality Detail Services in Stratford, Precision Lawn Care, JK's Auto Repair, Rebel Saints in Nixa, Missouri, Josh's Mobile Auto Repair, one of our pals down in the Mountain Home, Arkansas area. One of the hardest things is trying to get your car to a shop on their time, because usually you work at the same time. So what better deal than to call Josh and have him come to you and work on your car. So if you're in the Mountain Home area, give Josh a call at Josh's Mobile Auto Repair. And of course, our continued partner, Collins Studio Tattoos in Nixa, Missouri. Super people doing great work. As the last thing I want to talk about today is literally the last thing I want to talk about. Beaver Dam Raceway in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin yesterday. The Raging Cajun, Jason Johnson, who was a Rookie of the Year in 2015, running the winged, not the 360, but it's a World of Outlaws car. There we go. 41 years of age, out of Eunice, Louisiana. Lap 18 yesterday at this track. Restart, battling for the lead. I'm guessing he's on the outside. That open wheel, car loses control, through a billboard off the track end. within a few minutes, they were able to get to him. They were able to get some vitals, get him helicoptered. He had, a pulse, and they were flying him to the nearest hospital. Unfortunately, that's where the good news ends. Jason Johnson, 41 years of age, leaves behind his wife Bobby and his son Jax, who's 5 years old. So don't take things for granted. When you see these, it's a reminder of how dangerous things can be for the fans around the track. Cars can leave the raceway, but it's an important reminder of how dangerous the sport is that we love. All the safety precautions in the world are going to help. Sometimes, man. Jason Johnson, thoughts and prayers. Best wishes to the family, and especially his team and his wife and young son who are left behind. Rest in peace, Jason Johnson, the Raging Cajun. That being said, we're going to wrap it up for today. For all of our sponsors, for my wife Mary, we thank you for watching ORPtv. We'll see you back here next week. I'm Craig Stagner.